There's plans in place now to relocate a few Syrian families in the community. The community has been very open and welcoming of these families. Some of their children are ages 5, 8, 10, 12, are planning to go to school there. I know we all probably know what your general policies are towards refugees. I'm wondering if you would be able to look at these children in the face and tell them that they are not allowed to go to school in a community.
How long have they been here?
Some of them are here and some of them have been here.
How long have they been here?
Some of them aren't here yet.
Oh, I can look at their face and say you can't come here. Look. We have a country. I'll look at them. We don't know where their parents come from. Their parents should always stay with them. You have to keep them together. That's very important. But we don't know where their parents come from. They have no documentation. They have no documentation whatsoever. I've talked to the greatest legal people. I've spoken to the greatest security people. There's absolutely no way of saying where these people come. They may be from Syria. They may be ISIS. They may be ISIS-related. As you know, and you've been reading, they caught people with ISIS relationships to the migration, where they got pulled out, fully ISIS-related. A lot of things that are strange. You look at the migration, there's so many young men in the migration. You say, where are the women and children? There are women and children, but not a lot. And then you see them on cell phones. Where the hell do they get their cell phones? This is a migration. They have no anything, and yet they have cell phones. And then they have cell phones with ISIS flags on them. You've seen that. And worse, they have cell phones with a lot of bad stuff on them. A lot of bad stuff on them. But they have cell phones with ISIS flags on them. They're in the migration. Where the hell do they get the cell phones? Who the hell pays the bill? Who's paying the bill for the cell phone? And you say little things like that. Does that make any sense, okay? But you look at it and you say, we have enough problems. Now, I believe, look, I have a bigger heart than anybody in this room. And I think what we do is we take an area in Syria, or numbers of areas, we do safe zones. Where you build safe zones. Germany's in turmoil. All of these countries are in turmoil. The crime, by the way, is through the roof. You're going to have a revolution in Germany. Wait till you see what they do with Merkel. What she did is insane. It's insane. And I'm only saying, I know what you're doing, and I fully understand it, and we all have a heart. But we have to get the Gulf states to put up money. The Gulf states, Saudi Arabia, before the oil went down, so now they're making half. Saudi Arabia was making $1 billion a day. We protect Saudi Arabia for peanuts. We have leases where we have military bases. We pay them rent. We're paying rent, and we're protecting them. Who would do these deals? We're paying rent, and we're protecting Saudi Arabia. They're making $1 billion a day, right? The Gulf states, who are very immensely wealthy, should put up money. I want them to put up the money. We'll help, and we'll get it done. But we're tired of putting up money. We're a debtor nation. We owe the $19 trillion, which is soon going to be $21 trillion. And I think we should do big safe zones in Syria. And when this whole mess is over, they can go back and rebuild their areas, their communities, which is probably where they want to be anyway.